Hi, my name is Carla White, and this is my informative speech number 3 for Communication 101. What does John Cougar Mellencamp, Hank Williams Sr., and my nephew, Stephen Schrader, have in common? They all have spina bifida. Spina bifida is a neurotube defect where the spine is split or divided. The birth defect occurs during the first month of pregnancy, and folic acid deficiency is thought to be one of the major contributors. I am an expert on this topic because I have been an aunt to Stephen for 14 years, and we have been dealing with this spina bifida for that long. So today I'm going to tell you about spina bifida, the ways to prevent it, and the many different aspects of living with the birth defect. Let's learn a little bit more about this birth defect. Spina bifida is a neurotube defect where the spine is split or divided. Basically, in the first month of the pregnancy, this is the spinal column. The spinal column is supposed to close completely, and as you can see on day 28, that there is a small hole that's left in the spinal column. And as you can see from my slide here, it happens about right in this area here. The hole can be varying in either lower to the bottom of the spine or more towards the top. The higher the hole on the spine, the more severe the birth defect. 8 babies are born every day with spina bifida. It's a permanently disabling birth defect. It's the most common permanently disabling birth defect in the United States, and the Spina Bifida Association estimates that more than 166,000 people in America are living with this birth defect. Although there is no known cause, no known cause for spina bifida, certain factors lead to this condition, such as genetics, and doctors are currently looking for the gene that could cause spina bifida, and the environmental factors that contribute it. There are 4 different types of spina bifida. And the one that we're not showing up here is basically called OSD. It is when there is a small dimple in the lower back. And basically, if the doctors see this condition, they want to run some extra tests. The first main form of spina bifida is form A, which is spina bifida occato. And basically, it's hidden spina bifida. 15% of healthy people have it, and as you might assume, John Cougar Mellencamp probably has this form of spina bifida. They normally don't know until they either have to have an X-ray or MRI, or they might later on in life have a need for a cane. Might be the only symptom of this. The next is B, which is spina bifida melgaso, which is a part of the spinal cord leaks through the skin. They may need to use a walker with this form of spina bifida. The most severe form is C and D, and this is where you can see in the picture up here where the whole spinal column protrudes through the skin. Because the spinal column is pulling through the skin, as you can see here, it pulls outward through the vertebrae. It is going to cause a condition called hydrocephalus. And hydrocephalus is where the fluid does not drain properly from the brain. And you can see here is a normal brain without hydrocephalus. And here you have a brain with hydrocephalus. The procedure to cure this, or not cure, but to help with this condition is done during the first day or the second day of the baby's life, and they insert a shunt up into the brain with a catheter that then continually runs the fluid from the brain into the stomach region. And the Spina Bifida Association states that birth defects like spina bifida, occur in 7 out of every 10,000 live births in the United States, but it can, to a large extent, be prevented. There are many things a person can do to aid in the prevention of spina bifida. The main thing that you can do is take 400 milligrams of folic acid daily, and you should do this from the time when you can begin your childbirthing years through the end of your childbirthing years. If you're a high risk, you need to take 4,000 milligrams. And the other thing that you can do is have folic acid in your food. Green vegetables, fruits, and juices contain a lot of folic acid. Also, cereals and bread are fortified with folic acid. Women should also take care of their bodies, stay healthy, avoid obesity. Do not smoke, drink, or use drugs anywhere near the time that you might be pregnant. Sometimes we can't prevent the occurrence of spina bifida, but we can make living with spina bifida a lot easier. There are many different aspects involved in living with spina bifida. There are a lot of family and personal issues. The shunt is one of the major problems. It can malfunction easily. The other issues are most children with spina bifida have a latex allergy, and you need to use all non-latex items. And even a lot of toys and plastics have latex in them, so you need to be careful with that. Most spina bifida children, especially with the more severe form, have urinary incontinence and bowel control problems where they need to have surgeries. According to the book Living with Spina Bifida, children have learning disabilities, attention deficit disorder, and a lower IQ. And these children can also have depression and obesity problems. And there are also many community issues involved with a person with spina bifida. We need to make sure that our schools, restaurants, parks, playgrounds are handicap accessibility. And the other thing that we can do is have public awareness for spina bifida. And October is National Spina Bifida Public Awareness Month. Living with spina bifida can be quite a challenge, but with the love of family and the support of the community, it can be a lot easier. In conclusion, remember that spina bifida is a somewhat preventable birth defect that affects many different aspects of a person's life. And today, because of the medical advancement, children with spina bifida can grow to lead a full adult life. Thank you.